Here I Stand, A Life of Martin Luther by Roland Bainton. The book is a biography of Martin Luther, the 16th-century German monk who sparked the Protestant Reformation by challenging the authority and practices of the Catholic Church. The book covers Luther's life from his birth in 1483 to his death in 1546, as well as the historical and theological context of his time. The book begins with an introduction that compares and contrasts the current state of Catholicism and Protestantism, and how they have influenced and borrowed from each other over the centuries. The book then proceeds to narrate Luther's life in chronological order, dividing it into four main parts: the pilgrimage of faith, the evangelical discovery, the struggle for faith, and the spokesman of God's word. The first part, the pilgrimage of faith, describes Luther's early life and education, his decision to become a monk after a near-death experience, his struggle with sin and guilt, his academic achievements and teaching career, and his growing dissatisfaction with the Church's doctrine of salvation by works and indulgences. The second part, the evangelical discovery, recounts Luther's breakthrough moment when he realized that salvation is by grace through faith alone, based on his study of the Bible, especially the Epistle to the Romans. It also details his public challenge to the Church's authority by posting his 95 Theses on the door of the Wittenberg Castle Church in 1517, which criticized the abuse of indulgences and called for a debate on the matter. The book then follows Luther's subsequent confrontations with church officials, such as Cardinal Cajetan, Johann Eck, and Pope Leo X, who demanded that he recant his views or face excommunication. The third part, the struggle for faith, depicts Luther's defiance of the Church's threats and his appeal to a general council to settle the dispute. It also shows how Luther's movement gained support from various groups, such as humanists, reformers, princes, peasants, and ordinary people. The book also explores Luther's personal life, such as his marriage to Katharina von Bora, a former nun, and his family life. The book also examines Luther's involvement in various controversies and conflicts that arose from the Reformation, such as the Peasants' War, the Anabaptist movement, the Zwinglian Reformation in Switzerland, and the political tensions between Germany and Rome. The fourth part, the spokesman of God's word, highlights Luther's contributions to theology, literature, music, education, and culture. It discusses Luther's translation of the Bible into German, his catechisms and hymns, his commentaries and sermons, his polemical writings against various opponents, such as Erasmus, Henry VIII, and the Jews, and his influence on the development of German language and literature. The book also evaluates Luther's legacy and impact on history and Christianity. The book is a well-researched and engaging account of Luther's life and work, as well as the historical and theological context of his time. The work aims to present Luther as a human being, with his strengths and weaknesses, his joys and sorrows, his faith and doubts. The book also tries to show how Luther's ideas and actions shaped the course of the Reformation and the development of Protestantism. The book is divided into 32 chapters, each focusing on a specific aspect or event of Luther's life. The book ends with an epilogue that summarizes Luther's last days and death in 1546. It also reflects on Luther's personality and character traits, such as his courage, humor, passion, humility, and faith. The book concludes with a quote from Luther himself. "Here I stand, I can do no other, God help me." Please like and subscribe. You can purchase the audiobook from the link in the description below. If you would like to comment on the book, please do so in the comments. How many marks out of 10 would you give it? God bless.